Response from the public. We say, if you see something, say something. If you notice, most of these leads have been given by people who have saw something and said something. I'm concerned about the response from the White House. The President of the United States has not talked to Governor Cuomo yet. I don't know if he's spoken to Governor Christie. The President of the United States has been very quiet about this. Some of our congressional representatives can't come to grips with the fact that this is a terrorist attack. So what we're seeing, again, is a war being waged against this country, and our leaders need to step up.
So what do you make about the sort of distance that's being given to, oh, well, this device, it could be a lone wolf, that device? I mean, I read a statement that was put out in one of the ISIS, public relations, for lack of a better word, missives, which very specifically says, if you can't come here, you have to do something at home. So why is it so difficult to sort of tie this to something that is larger than potentially, one crazy guy and maybe some relatives in New Jersey?
Well, the difficulty is when you don't have what we call human intelligence. When you don't have that type of intelligence to sit down and to get that information out of somebody, you really don't know. However, saying that, we know that there's 6 people at a minimum involved. There may be a cell, it may be a network. What we don't know, and we have to know, is that if in fact this was a terrorist act that was by overseas direction, did this cell get directions from an overseas entity? And if they did, whether it be ISIS or another type of organization overseas, we may have more cells ready to get activated. I find it interesting that these attacks are coming closer and closer to our election. It appears to me that these terrorist groups may be targeting our election to disrupt what's going to happen in this country in November. So it's a very difficult and daunting task, but we have to stop the political correctness, the sanitizing of the information to the American people, and our leaders I'm talking about have to say exactly what it is and make sure that the truth be told.
I mean, I think everybody watched all this unfold on Saturday night when you saw that there was a bomb device that was found in a garbage can in New Jersey, in Seaside, and then hours later you've got 2 that are blocks apart in Manhattan, and people are telling you, we don't see any connection. I mean, everybody watching it, I was with a group of people, I'm sure other people weren't, said, well, how could they not be connected? I mean, it's just obvious.
Those of us who have made a career out of law enforcement and intelligence, we knew right away there had to be a connection. It's not a coincidence that you got a cooker pressure down there on 27th Street, and then you got a bomb went off on 23rd, then you have the incident in New Jersey, and then what is an unknown factor here is the incident in Minnesota. We don't even know if that's connected to it.
May or may not be, yeah.
Fact of the matter is, we are at war, and we better start fighting this as a war.
In terms of the devices,